This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com.
Hi everybody, welcome to Review Corner today. Well, I got sent my new pile of games to go through. And I ordered up a few things that I thought that might be treasures. Sometimes you find something, a diamond in the rough in the clearance area. But then again, sometimes you find a real stinker. And to be honest with you, Moongha Invaders, not that good. But hold on. Don't run away. Don't take off yet. I'm not done. There's some things I want to show you, and I think you might be fascinated in what I find. So, let's open up the box and take a look. Now, inside here, I was pretty excited when I saw it, and I said, wow, this is a heavy box, and there's a lot of different games. And when I saw the game was originally for $89, and now it's, I think it was up to $99 at one point, and now it's $25. I said, let me give this a try. How bad can it be? Well, especially with the theme, which is sci-fi from the 50s. I'm a sucker for those old movies. I love those movies more than you can imagine. It's kind of neat. You open it up and you got a huge poster, and I said, wow, look at this. This is pretty good. Then you get tons of tokens. You get a whole bunch of cards that in different languages, actually. And I said, well, that's kind of cool. You know, some player aids and stuff like that to help you through the game and to keep everything going. And there's all types of different monsters. I was like, okay. But then I read the rules. And then I laid it out. And I tried to take a look at it. And no matter if I read it in French, German, Dutch, and a number of other languages, when I got down to the basic rules, this wasn't that good, okay? It's alright, it might be okay for some, but it just wasn't good. And it was at that point I realized that, boy, I got something that just isn't that great. The board, very nice, heavy set, but then I found them, and then I found the part where there is a diamond in the rough. People always write me on a consistent basis and say, Rob, where can I get some startup models? And I go, well, you can go get army men, but that doesn't teach you a variety of different things. You learn how to paint army men, but are you willing to take your skills painting on army men and try them on, you know, some Dungeons and Dragons figures, or or try to paint metal, or try to paint tanks and stuff like that? Well, it wasn't until then that I discovered this bag of goodness. And inside it, I finally found something that made a ton of sense. So let's open these up. And I started looking, I started thinking, geez, you know, I get this question so much that, is this worth it? And for 25 bucks, you get a lot of stuff and a lot of different techniques you can use. Now, I plan on, in the future, actually doing some painting 101s. And that's what I'm going to use these figures for. And I think these will be good because you have things like slime figures, which is really good to try to help you with washes and blending different colors together. And you get a big bag of them, which is perfect. Then I was thinking about metallics. And then I started looking at these guys, okay? They're all metal, and it would be good to learn how to do your lead belcher, then your newel wash, and then the highlight with a brighter silver, and you can get a lot out of this. Then there's these like humanoid figures. Well, you can try doing a zombie with one. You can try painting a human body, okay, using flesh and using Agrax Earthshade to try to learn how to blend that together. because there's enough detail on these to do this. And you get quite a few of them to try different things, to try different colors. Tanks, you get a bunch of tanks in here. We're always talking about how to paint tanks. Well, this is a perfect opportunity. And don't worry, if you're worried about getting soldiers, well, yeah, here's a bunch of soldiers. Now, rubble. There's tons of these rubble things, which is really great if you paint them gray and then you start learning how to highlight, building your grays out. You got a ton of these and you can actually use them. Some airplanes, which would be pretty good. Then these kind of like fur creatures, which can't go wrong. Some more of those. Let's see, what else do we got in here? You got like Cthulhu-like creatures to kind of try to work on painting tentacles and shading with those. Then these vampire guys, you know, spray painting it black. Working your and shading with your grays. There's tons of those in there. Then these other little things where you can do just about anything you want with it, and more rubble. There's a lot in here for 25 bucks. And if you want to try the game, maybe you'll like it, maybe you won't. For me, it just wasn't the game for me. But there's enough in here that when people ask me, what do you suggest I start painting with? This is it. I suggest you go get one out. And because of that, because I'm suggesting that, I decided to put together a contest. Go out and get one of these from our favorite sponsor, of course. I'm not going to plug them too much. They're 25 bucks, I think. If you get one, I'm going to run a contest. I'm going to run it for 30 days, till June 21st. That'll be the deadline. Get it, paint up some of these figures, send me your pictures, and I'm going to judge the pictures. And the best pictures will get some gift certificates from Miniature Market. I think this is a fun contest, and for you guys to really work on some of the stuff. Now next week, I'll do a little paint tutorial on some of these, and we'll see how well you guys learn. Now, I like to have a kids category, okay, where you take these, and anybody 10 and under can paint them, and I will judge those, and they'll get something special too. And then maybe we'll have some kind of grand prize winner. But we'll give away a lot of stuff. But just go out and get yourself one of these copies. Make sure it's from Miniature Market. And, of course, paint it. Send me the pictures. And you will be entered in. And I will... Actually, I'm not even going to judge it. We're going to let the Queen judge it. Okay, hopefully she'll be better by then. We're going to let the Queen judge the 4 categories that we'll put together. So, I think that's a great idea, and I thought it'd be a lot of fun and something we can do together. And everybody is always asking me, where can I get some cheap miniatures? Well, if you go get those Reaper ones, you only get a few of them. For 25 bucks, you won't even get half of this. But I have to say, these are good, and you don't mind ruining them, because the Reaper miniatures are actually really nice. So before we graduate up to those, let's try those. As far as this game is concerned, I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5. It has some unique things about it, but all in all, it's just not good. It's not great. It's just meh. If that's a word, that's the best way I can explain it. When we tried messing around with it, we just looked at it and went, nah. But sometimes there's gold where there's a pile of mud. You just got to dig deep enough to find it. So that's it for this week's Review Corner clearance gems. Go check this out. Go pick this up. This is something that I think we'll have a lot of fun with, and you can learn a lot of things, especially beginners. And it's a good way to hone your skills. And you can have some just fun. Maybe teach your kids. Maybe if you're an experienced painter. But it's something that's good enough that you can try different types of techniques for this one. So there you go. There you have it. Until next time, I'm Rob Warren. We'll see you soon.
Sponsored by Miniature Market's Review Corner. The Review Corner features podcasts, videos, and written reviews By gamers for gamers. Miniature Market online gaming superstore. Thousands of games and minis. Discount prices. Check them out at miniaturemarket.com.